Hello everyone, it is time for a new reading vlog, and today is going to be my continuation of my last vlog where I'm documenting my little holiday back home with my cats. And it's also a little bit Valentine's Day themed. It is Valentine's Day today, so obviously you're going to be seeing this in like a week or two, so expect a lot of pink and a lot of romance books, which honestly is like just basically me at all times, let's be honest. And I also have my little baby right here. He's not thrilled about me being here, but he is adorable. So let's talk about a few books. It is quite late, so I'm gonna make this short. And yeah, but the main thing on the agenda right now, I have been mood reading very hard. But the physical book that I'm reading is Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. I'm obsessed with this. I am on page 92, so I think I'm going to talk about it in detail once I get to like the halfway point, but I'm loving it. She's one of my favorite authors, and this was one of my most anticipated reads of the year, so obsessed. Another book that I'm super excited for is How About Forever by Rosie Adams. This just came out, and it is a novella. It's like 180 pages, so it is a novella, but a bit of a like longer one. And so this is actually like a novella after a short story, so there is, I forgot the name, and Isaac is leaving me. Okay, I really need to make this quick because he's gonna want to leave my room. But anyways, it is a sequel, like continuation to a short story I forgot the name of. It's gonna be on the screen, and loved that one, and I am at like 30% of this, and I'm having the best time. It is super fun. I love Rosie. She's one of my favorite authors as well, and so amazing. And then I do think I want to read a book by an author I don't know. There is a novella as well. I forgot to take my phone. But I just ran into a post with a bunch of novella recommendations. If I'm gonna remember, I'm gonna try to link it down below. I've been desperately looking for more novella recommendations because I used to read them super often and I read everything immediately, and so I never found enough recommendations, but this one actually has most of them I haven't read. And so yeah, anyway, I have a lot of options. I also want to find some good audiobooks, but I will figure it out along the way. And you'll of course see my cats and we're gonna have a great time. So I'm gonna talk to you very soon.
Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Turn this room, turn it to an ocean. Let me float around. Eyes closed, eyes closed.
So it is time for an update. I have been reading Out of the Woods, first of all, and I'm on page 180. I don't think it's that much more from what I read last time, but I said that I would describe the plot when I'm halfway through, and I am getting past that point now, and I'm loving it so much. It is so beautiful. It is just so, I think I already said this, it feels so real and honest, and it is just like there's been so many moments now, you know, that like a little bit of some like breakthroughs and just meaningful moments that just made my heart feel so full, you know? And so I'm absolutely loving it. Now that I think about it, did I not tell you the plot about this? Oh yeah, I talked about it in the other vlog, right? I don't know. Anyways, we have Sarah and Caleb who married when they were super young, and they've been together since they were like 15. And so they're around 30 now, and Sarah especially feels like she feels really stuck and lost in her life, and she just feels like she needs a change, and you know, something's happened that just make this really clear for her. And Caleb of course has his own feelings and stuff, but they are deeper under the surface, you know, so he would prefer to just like keep going and, you know, just make it work. But Sarah just really needs a change, and so her best friend tells her about this camping trip that they will basically camp for 7 days, and it's like a retreat or like way for couples to kind of like restart, get away from the world and heal together, find a new perspective and that kind of thing. And at the same time, they've never really been camping. They definitely do not like nature. And so, you know, but I am really loving the way that it's progressing, the way that they are growing through this. And I wasn't sure how I would feel about the setting specifically, because like I certainly do not like the woods that much. I actually did used to camp like a few times as a kid. And I definitely did not enjoy it at that point. But I think like the point of it, it just like really works. And honestly, I definitely doesn't make me want to have this experience, but there are definitely things that I'm starting to appreciate about the setting itself as well, and it's just wonderful. And I do really love stories about established couples, no matter the exact form. But I think it's something that is really hard to write well in a romance, and this is of course working so well, and I'm loving it so much. So I think that's all that I'm gonna say for now. But yeah, enjoying it a lot. I finished How About Forever by Rosie Adams and loved that as well. Rosie just has such a wonderful writing style where it feels, I think I already might have actually said this, but whatever. It feels lighthearted, but at the same time the characters still feel fully developed, and it is just so sweet and tender and romantic while being really steamy as well. It feels so like emotional, and it works for the characters, makes sense in the story and that kind of thing. And I feel like that's the case with every single book by Rosie Adams, and I just love her so much. And please, if you have not read her books at this point, please pick them up. They are incredible. Literally, I've loved every single one. I've read like most of them. And so this was wonderful, and Rosie did say that she's hoping to have another release soon-ish, and so I'm very much ready for that. So on top of that, I'm actually not sure if I told you about Still Hung Up on You by Liz Maverick. I don't think so. And I listened to this on audio, and I picked it up on Audible. I don't use Audible basically at all. But sometimes I use it with a free trial. And they have quite a lot of things on there, and I do really like these audiobooks. Like there's sound effects and narrators for every character, and this one actually just mainly had the two main characters. But they basically, it's second chance, and they call each other, and like she calls him because she needs a sweater from him, and so then they just kind of keep calling back and forth. It gets a little bit complicated, and like the plot sounds really simple, but it is a wonderful listening experience. Like I just really generally I love texts or like letters or any kind of form like that in normal books, like physical books, or you know, but in audiobooks this is like a similar experience, but it just feels so immersive, and it's done really well, you know, that they just keep calling each other, but it's showing their relationship in a really interesting way, and I love that, and I enjoyed it a lot. And the last thing I read, I'm gonna say very quickly because my camera is gonna die, is Kiss or Dare by Terry Ronald. So this is another Kindle Unlimited romance, and it's literally just like a super short, steamy sapphic novella. It's about an established couple, and it's a Valentine's Day novella, and I'm not gonna say anything more because it's literally like 60 pages, but if you would like to read a sapphic, steamy Valentine's themed book, definitely check it out. So I'm gonna shut up. I will talk to you very soon. I have 2 more full days here, and then like half a day, and then yeah, so today's Sunday, I'm flying on Wednesday, so I'm still gonna make the most of the time that I have, and I feel really peaceful today, which is really nice, and I've been loving these books, so I will keep reading this tonight, and I think I want to pick up another audiobook after this, because it's really, that like really put me in an audiobook mood, and I just really want to get back into audiobooks, because I don't know if I mentioned it here, but I've been kind of struggling with them for a while, and I don't like that, because I love audiobooks. So yeah, I'm gonna shut up, and I'll talk to you very soon.
We're dreaming even when we're not. But you and me got a whole other meaning, I don't know how. You and me just know how it feels when we're falling in love. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake
again. So it is time for an update. I have returned. I am back home, and I really wanted to update you yesterday or today, but you know, every single time right before leaving, it is all just very chaotic, and my emotions are high, you know, and so I didn't update. But I have exciting things to tell you about, and I don't think this will be the last update. I need to check how much footage I have, but I want to finish and continue the books that I've started that I haven't finished, but I have finished something, and so I want to talk about it all. And so there will at least be one more update after this, but I am feeling a little bit emotional, a little bit anxious. I always, it's always this moment, like this part of the experience is always the worst part, honestly. Like, yeah. Because I obviously leaving sucks, and so yeah, so tonight, you know, I'm just gonna have a cozy, comfy night in, and I'm gonna read some more and watch some things and have a good time. So anyways, let's talk about the books that I've been reading. The main thing that happened is that I finished Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young, and oh my god, I absolutely adored it. I mean, I expected it. I already told you I was loving it, but especially the second half, like the way everything came together was just absolutely incredible. You know, like a lot of the first half of the book is like a little, like the characters falling apart a little bit, not in like a terrible way, but you know, discovering the things that feel wrong, and you know, and I loved how it was done where, you know, like Sarah and Caleb did realize they could make their relationship better and there were things to work on, but it never felt entirely devastating in a way that like they would ever want a divorce or, you know, and I thought that was just so beautifully done. And again, very realistic, very honest, very beautiful. And there were just so many meaningful moments in this, and I, like, when it comes to the relationship itself, I absolutely could not relate to that in any shape or form. But the individual feelings that Sarah had, were actually really relatable, like, you know, feeling lost in life, and it deals with loss a lot as well, and the loss of the parents specifically. So there are trigger warnings at the front that I'm going to show you. And so it does get really painful and sad and emotional, but I felt like it was just done in an incredible way. And there were just so many wonderful, inspiring moments, and especially near the end of the book, and I loved every second. And yeah, also I forgot to mention, I did get a fresh little, you know, haircut and color, and so I always say I think it looks the best after I wash it for the first time after getting it redone, but yeah, this is what we're working with. This light is also not the best to show the color, but the color is just like a completely shape-shifting color, you know, it's like 10 different shades. But yeah, anyways. So that happened yesterday, but back to the book. I loved it so much, and the thing that I actually realized that I need to check is that this book is single point of view, and it could be the only book like that by Hannah Bonham Young, but it might not, and I've been thinking about that. I don't think, I read Deep End in the previous vlog, I think, by Ali Hazelwood, and I always forget that Ali Hazelwood does definitely write single point of view every single time so far, but I do still forget that, to be honest, but Hannah Bonham Young, I could swear, wrote dual point of view. So I do generally really love dual point of view. Like, I will always, you know, I will always prefer that. That is my ultimate, you know, because for me it's like I want a romance to feel like, you know, a story of two people. If it's polyamorous, more people, you know, but I want it to be all the sides of the romance, and I want to see their head, and I want to see their feelings, I want to see their individual characters, individual thoughts and growth and everything. And so I will always love dual point of view with all my heart. That being said, though, doesn't mean I loved this book any less, or Ali Hazelwood. I love Ali Hazelwood. And in this story, honestly, it made sense. Like, it made sense because, like, Sarah was the main person at the beginning who just really needed a change, And Caleb definitely had things that he could improve or that he wanted better, but Sarah was like kind of the main focus. And so I honestly wouldn't even say I wish that this was dual point of view, because it again felt right for the story, and I loved Caleb, but it made sense like this. But with Allie Hazelwood, honestly, obviously, it will always be up to the writer, and I can't say generally one is better than the other, but for me, especially because Allie Hazelwood writes such, like, her heroes are often a little bit, like, quieter, or, you know, they clearly have a lot of feelings, but you can, like, sort of see it as a reader, but you can't see into their head, and I'm just like, I want to see their thoughts in real time. So yeah, again, not a criticism, but just my personal thoughts, and I would love to know if you prefer dual point of view, if you don't care, or if you prefer single point of view, because I have heard that thought before as well. But yeah, it was interesting to think about because I haven't thought about that in a while, and I do feel like most romances that I read tend to be dual point of view, and so it kind of like is unexpected for me a lot of the time. But I think if you're a reader that doesn't exclusively or mainly read romance, then you might be more used to just, you know, the one point of view. So anyways, that is that, and let me see if I finished anything else. I started an ebook on the plane, and I actually read half of it, and it is Just a Little Married by Reese Ryan. I've had this on my TBR for ages, and I'm so happy I'm finally reading it. I have read books by Reese Ryan before, and I loved her books, and I really like this imprint. It is very easy to read. All the books are literally like 200 pages. And so it is just so like digestible and, you know, like easy to get into. And at the same time, it's still really fun, and it feels like, you know, solid relationships and characters. And yeah, and they are usually like a little bit steamy because this is like the Harlequin Desire or whatever, so they all have at least some like open door scenes. So I'm really enjoying this, and it is Marriage of Convenience, Second Chance. They were like high school sweethearts, and the heroine broke up with the hero and left him very bruised emotionally, and so they are now like reunited after a long time, and she proposes a not only business deal but a marriage of convenience to him because she needs to get her like inheritance trust, and there's a marriage clause in it, of course, as it happens in books at least. I would really love to know if this is something that exists in real life. Probably. But anyways, so yeah, and it is super fun, like a little bit angsty, very like at first I was worried because it felt quite like intense, you know. The hero really hated the heroine, or like he had really strong feelings, but right now at this point it's starting to like fall into place and evolve, and it's actually working really well, and I am having a great time. I literally inhaled it, and I mean like the first half, and again like that is like around 100 pages, but still. And so love that. And the only other thing that I've started is Beg, Borrow, or Steal by Sarah Adams. So look at me actually reading books that I just bought, and I only got to page 48, but I am loving this, and this is another like hate to love, and in this case like nemesis to lovers. And so they were like, they never dated or anything, but they were in each other's proximity. I don't know if it was like in school and then at work, and they were both teachers. But then Jack, the hero, left town, and he was supposed to get married, and then Emily, the heroine, finds out that he did not get married, and he's coming back to town. I guess he's gonna teach again, and I think, okay, yeah, and so they're gonna be neighbors, and they're gonna have to work together on some kind of project or something. And so far there are definitely very strong rivals to lovers vibes, especially from Emily's point of view, because she really does not like him, but like there is like that really satisfying fun vibe of like, yeah, they don't like each other, but like they keep constantly thinking about each other, and I love that because like I have talked about this before, that I actually do love hate to love. I love enemies to lovers, and I understand the appeal, but I have really struggled to find good ones over the past few years, especially when I read contemporary romance, because I think that is where it is the hardest to pull off without it being toxic or like nonsensical, you know. And so far this is really working for me, and I'm having a great time. So that being said, I'm gonna shut up, but again, I will not leave you here. So I will definitely finish Just a Little Married. I think I'm gonna do that today because again, like it is so addicting and I love Marriage of Convenience. Please let me know if you have any recommendations because I desperately need more and it is so satisfying, like especially, you know, usually, I mean, it's like it starts as fake or just like, you know, convenient, obviously. And, you know, they either like don't really like each other or they're not together or they're just friends or whatever. And the dynamic of this book is just so fun. And I can't wait for them to like succumb to their desires and get back together. So yeah, I think I'm gonna watch some movies or a TV show or something and I will talk to you maybe hopefully tomorrow if I have any exciting updates. Hello everyone, please ignore my wet hair and you know, I'm wearing pajamas. But I wanted to do this update and finally wrap up this video. I feel like this angle is whatever, because I don't know how long it is or how much has happened, but I need to let myself make shorter vlogs that are a little less eventful more often, you know, because not everything has to be super long and I don't have to read 1,000 books every time. So I have finished one book that I don't think I've mentioned in this video because I started it before my trip and I finished it when I came back. So that is A Matter of Temptation by Stacey Reed and I loved this. I listened to the audiobook, but I absolutely love this cover. And honestly, I really want to talk about historical romance more often because there's been this really weird shift recently. A lot of incredible historical romance authors are not getting published anymore. There's literally series that like are that have been canceled. And I don't understand, you know? Like I know that it does not get as much hype as contemporary and whatever, but like it's an incredible genre. And like if you have not tried historical romance before, and even if you feel like maybe it's not for you, please give it a try. Because it's truly incredible. There's so much potential in it, so many different ways that it's done that can work for different readers. And you know, I never thought that I would love historical romance as much as I did. I like don't understand it as well because like basically with the super intense hype around Bridgerton, I don't get how that could have happened when, you know, like I would think that would throw people more into the genre. So I really don't get it. I really hope it's gonna have a comeback because this is unacceptable. But anyways, I read this and it was wonderful. Basically we have our main character, Mina, and the way it starts is that she poses as her brother in a duel with the hero and she wins and he finds out she's a woman and then he gives her a job as his secretary and she is so cool, you know, like she is amazing at the job and it also means they will have to live like in the same, you know, estate. And things go on from there. I absolutely love it. There's like some forbidden romance vibes because Mina has a secret from her past that means that she can't get married. And the hero is an earl, he has to marry someone titled, you know, that whole thing. So they do not think that they could ever be together, but of course they will. And it is just beautiful. It is so much fun. It's romantic, it's steamy, it's great, super entertaining. And I really enjoyed the audiobook and I just love this cover so much. And so highly recommend this and highly recommend historical romance in general. I really feel like I have not been reading it as consistently as I would like as well and I want to talk about it more, you know? And so expect that. So yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now, but this has been a little bit of a chaotic vlog, but there's gonna be probably a lot of changes in the upcoming future. Fingers crossed, I should be moving soon and like just, you know, to a different apartment and I don't have that sorted yet, but while it's an incredibly stressful and exhausting experience, I'm actually excited. And I feel like before I never actually did moving vlogs, and while I don't think I'm actually gonna vlog the like exact, like the full-on moving, you know, I am definitely gonna film like some things about like setting things up and whatever, and I'm really excited about that. But I also have other super exciting vlogs in the works, which is also why I wanted to end this video, because like I really want to just work on that and prioritize that because it's been it's been in the works for a long time, and I also just really want to I desperately want a fresh start. I want to like do a little rebrand of my channel. I'm probably going to talk about that at a different point as well. I will shut up now. And if you made it this far in the video, of course, leave any kind of cat emoji down below. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you soon in another video. Bye!